Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for the Brian Clough Derby. It is the East Midlands rivalry. Derby County versus Nottingham Forest. Good luck, you Derby and you Forest fans. We all know how nerve-wracking these games get, and we all know how tight they can be, and they have been very, very tight recently. Don't expect this one to be a walkover for either side. We're going to be watching along all the action between two managers who know how to defend by the look of it, Wayne Rooney and Chris Hughton. So for all of you fake newsers who think that the watch-alongs often have few goals in, you may actually be right tonight, but we are going to enjoy what's no doubt going to be a tense and evenly thought affair at Pride Park over in Derby. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly, and we will get into looking at the team news imminently. Before we do that, we must say, as always, thank you to Charlie, who is our fan sponsor for the watch-alongs. Charlie Frost, 30 years, a loyal royal. Here's to many more. Thank you so much to Charlie. He is our sponsor here. You too can get involved over on Patreon. Regular exclusive content on Patreon there, and that's how, if you want, you can get involved in any sponsorship and also support the channel via super chat any point during the show. First super chat becomes the legendary king of the bin. Will we need to use it tonight? I'm sure we won't. Anyway, for the princely sum of absolutely bugger all, you can hit any button that looks like that, whether you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. Give the video, the stream, the thumbs up. And of course, if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe, ring the bell. But the most important thing you need to do, got hair everywhere. This is lockdown Barnet 7.0, isn't it? Jesus, right, there you go. The most important thing you can do is get your comments in, get your predictions in for this one and during the things playing out. And of course, we can do some general chit chat and Q&A and whatnot in there. I'll come to the comments in a sec. Let's look at the team news first of all, because you may want to react to that in the comments. And I should make a note of these teams. So in goal for Derby, the home side is David Marshall. The back four, Nathan Byrne, who I think was responsible for some of those excellent set plays we were seeing in the game against Watford last time we saw Derby on a watch-along. Andre Wisdom, not a centre-half by definition, more a right-back, but he's played over there a fair amount. Matt Clark gives good balance there, and Lee Buchanan is the left-back. Look at him as well going forward as an outlet. Prodigious leap the boy has. If you play diagonally into Buchanan, he'll win it in the air quite a lot of the time, let's just say. Double pivot for Derby in front of that back line is Graham Shinney and Max Bird. Of course, no Christian Bielik in there. Jason Knight in advance of those guys. And interestingly, and I'm always get these wrong, Knight I had as probably behind Sibley and Bird, but he seems to be the guy in terms of the Derby youngsters coming through at the moment. To his left, Josh Viak, and to his right, Waghorn. Up top, Kazim Richards. So no temptation for Rooney to play two up top. Now he's got Lee Gregory in the squad too. Let's have a look at the bench for the Rams. I'll tell you what, I'll just move that banner out the way so you can see it a little bit clearer. Roos, Forsyth, McDonald, Edmondson, who's come into the team recently, had a couple of good games and scored a goal. So he drops out, though, centre-half. Sibley, Baningimi, Watson, Roberts, and Gregory. Let's have a look at the Forest side. So we think it's going to be sort of 4-2-3-1s all around here. In goal for Forest, Samba, and it is Krissy at right back, who I believe has now been promoted out of this league a couple of times, hasn't he? Cyrus Krissy, Figueiredo, and Worrell are the centre halves. Do you remember this game last season when it was a late mistake by, it was Joe Worrell, wasn't it, that forced the set play for that late Derby equaliser? Some say that was the start of the mad Forest slip, although I think the underlying numbers say it started a little while before then. But there you go. Cafu and Garner are the central midfielders. Garner making far more of a go here at his Forest loan than he did at his Watford loan, or being utilised more. It's probably not fair on the player. But in the 10 position, Kravinovic, who got promoted last season with West Brom. Knockhart, who got promoted before with Chris Hughton, didn't he, at Brighton in 16-17. And indeed with Leicester, the 14-15 season, would it have been? I don't remember. The season after he missed a penalty in the last minute and Troy Deeney went up the other end and scored in the playoffs. Luke Freeman gets a start tonight up the left. He's on loan from Sheffield United. And Glenn Murray, age 37, Championship go-to guy. He plays up top for Forest. There's your Forest bench. Smith, Jenkinson, So, Blackett, Colback, Amiobi, So, Lolly, and Taylor. I suspect you could make a pretty serviceable third quartile team out of Forest's reserve players with the right management in there. I promise I'll come to your comments in just a sec. There you go. There's the lay of the land at the moment. Both teams struggling at the start of the season. Both teams changed their manager. Both teams very much trending in the right direction. Both teams in good form in terms of points per game over a fairly long period of time. Certainly trending towards the middle of the table rather than, a potential bottom six or even worse that we possibly were heading towards earlier in the season. Derby have a game in hand. Forest have 2 more points. A win for Forest would jump them up. Let me check the goal difference. -4. Actually, would jump them up miles, wouldn't it? Because they've got a better goal difference than Bristol City. So Forest would actually jump. Okay, we're playing on Friday night and no one else is scoring any points this evening. We jump Forest up 4 places into the top half. And I suspect I'm right in saying that'd be the first time in the season, even though they might be knocked off it tomorrow. First time this season, Forest would have been in the top half. A win for Derby would put them above Forest, wouldn't it? And Blackburn as well. They would join Preston and QPR on 40 points, -8. So they go above Preston. They do well to get above QPR to win by 5 goals, which I'm sure Derby fans would enjoy. Right. I think we've done all of that. Wayne Rooney is chattering away to the Sky cameras. So we must be closing in on kickoff. Now, let's have a look at your comments here. I hope all is well in the chat. Iain, thank you, sir. I'm going to drink to you unless the coffee's too hot. There we go. Thank you. Iain, a £10 super chat. Very, very kind. You are the king of the bin. Iain, Right. It looks like, Owen, I'm just going to drop you into the fake news sin bin for 5 minutes. Looks like someone's got on your computer there. That's not normal. What we expect there. Anyway, Mike, Freeman was quality as a QPR fan favourite, not popular at Forest, it seems. Evening to Liam and James and Anir. Louis, come on, you Rams. Nice. Leeds 2021. Sup, Honeygun and Brandon. And Grant, watching a film for my sister's birthday. Nice. What are you watching? Good evening to Blue Terrier. Lewis is absolutely bricking it. We get it. I always remember the Ipswich Norwich games. I'd be like, what am I doing? I'm not even finding this fun here. I'm just sat here with a knot in my stomach. Horrible, horrible. Gary, confident for a Forest win. Evening to David, who sponsors our super streams. And David, we are a go-go on the thing on the wall. Thank you for your help with that. Loud and clear. Thank you, Iain. Never be confident for it. Well, unless you got a clear advantage. Update on Charlie's pretty good, I think. We keep our fingers crossed, but trending in the right direction. Sorry to use a phrase I used to talk about football. Lee, good evening to you, sir. Good evening to Daisy. Forest to win, both teams to score. I will take the both teams to score. Obviously, I have to say completely impartial about the result, as I'm leaving my bias at the door. I don't have a bias when it comes to Forest and Derby. I have to say 2-1 Forest. 2017, says Gary. Last time Derby beat us. What else have we got here? Going for a 1-1 tonight. What is the biggest derby you've been to? I mean, the derby with the most fans I've been to was Villa Park versus Birmingham, where they get 40,000 in there. I don't really buy biggest as such because it means as much. So is that referee Langford? It means as much to the Bury fans going against Stockport as it does to the Celtic fans going against Glasgow Rangers. What else have we got here? Do you think QPR can push for playoffs with 2 games in hand and on good form? Long way back. Traffic in the way. Give it a few weeks yet before I'll get on that bandwagon. Let's just say, Isaac, come on, you Rams. Good luck. Good luck if you're a Derby fan. If you're a Forest fan, we all know what it's like. Up the shagging Rams, says Callum. Nice. The combined age of the 2 lone frontmen might be a record. Kazim Richards and what are they, about 70 between them? I guess with Murray being 37. Harry Potter, lovely. Watched them all many times. Tremendous. This shirt, Isaac, you can go in the fake news sim, is grey. There is no black and white. Please, nobody conflate my dress code ever with anything to do with football. It's the furthest thing I'm thinking of. Callum, legendary. Thank you, sir. Big fan of the channel. When we watch the streams, I can barely concentrate myself. Keep the content up. Sounds like he's a Forest or a Derby fan. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. Any Forest and Derby supporters going into this one. They're always nightmare affairs, aren't they? Dan's going for a 0-0. Hope not. 1-1, says Leeds 2021. Well, there you go. There's a happy Derby watcher there. As in local Derby with a small D. Wasn't confident, but we beat Liverpool. Everton did get over that awful run against Liverpool, didn't they? That's all we need. Bonnie Langford I thought you were going to say Bonnie Langford in a tight dress then, Chris, in a tight game. Yes, I have heard about Peter Lorimer. He's been moved to the hospice. So sadly, it looks like we could be losing another member of that great Leeds team. And a very sad year for that that Don Revie sort of era with the passing of Jack Charlton and Norman Hunter. And forgive me, there was another one, wasn't there? I'm so sorry. That sounded disrespectful. But now Peter Lorimer, not well either. Yeah, of course, I get pulled up, David, for the colour coding of my top. Football fans can make everything about their team, can't they? Bless them. Hey, bless them. Stolen identity. Derby 0, Forest 2's predicting. And Chris is the other way. 2-0 to Derby. Don't call me Jesus and hit the like button. Absolutely. There is Colin Kazim Richards. Just doing the rounds of fist bumping before the game. Let's put up the scoreline as 0-0. Not that we've started yet, and we will get into this. If any, thank you. I didn't want it to sound disrespectful. Yeah, of course. Trevor Cherry was the other guy. Sorry, slipped my name. Owen is back. Are you calm now, Owen? 1-0. He says. Rest in peace to Alison's dad. Yeah, terrible news. Looks like Kazim Richards the captain. He seems to be the one giving the pep talk at the start of the game. He's not actually. David Marshall's the captain, but Colin Kazim Richards, obviously a big influential player there. Wayne Rooney folds his arms and gets ready for this one. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, sorry, it slipped my name. Trevor Cherry, please. I hope no one took any offence at me forgetting that Trevor Cherry was the other member of that team. Shaney says 2-1. Good. Enjoy it, Owen. 1-1, both teams to score. There we go, says Annie. We're off. Matt Clark has the ball and he plays that down on the ground, headed away by Luke Freeman. And I know I've made jokes about 0-0s. Expect this to be attritional as Waghorn comes down the right, crosses in right-footed. Worrell gets in the way of it, bit unorthodox, but he gets it clear. 1-0 Derby, says Chris, barring any red cards. Remember, we do have our good friend, referee Langford, is in charge of officiating tonight. Let's enjoy this one, guys. Good weekend of football coming up. Saturday Super Stream is tomorrow, and we'll catch the second half of Bournemouth and Watford, and then we'll do all the 3 p.m. kickoffs as well. And because I know someone will ask, I'll talk about the Ipswich takeover or potential takeover at half-time if anyone has an interest. We'll focus on the game because I'll easily get sidetracked on that, talk about it for hours. Played forward by Forrest into the channel. Knockout gives chase. Clark back home to David Marshall. Out to Wisdom. Forrest engaging the Derby back four. Pretty, I won't say high press because it was only the front three that went, but certainly some closing down there. Bird, nicely tackled by Cafu. Bit of space for Kravinovic in the 10. Kravinovic reverse ball looking for Cafu, but Burn is quick. He gets there first, and that's got to be a Forest throw-in, hasn't it? Oh, it's gone the other way. I thought that was already right. I actually agree with Cafu on that one. Time sync, Chris. I'll give you 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'll give you a time check, which is going to come up in about 20 seconds. Down the line it goes. Burn looking for Waghorn. Shinny plays it up the line to Kazim Richards. Good ball by him. Josh Viak. Josh Viak goes down the right-hand side and he just stumbled at the wrong point there. Garner's gone with him. Josh Viak still got the ball. Apologies, time check's not going to happen at 2:30 because it's just gone by. Burn floats that into the back post. Surely Kazim Richards will be flagged offside as soon as he touches the ball, and he indeed is. Lively start. Pretty even. No efforts on goal as yet. I'll give you a time sync if anyone wants one. It's going to be at 3 minutes. I'll count you down. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Sync. If you want to line up with me, either pause me or pause your feed if you're lucky enough to be ahead of me. Who is taking over? An American businessman. That is not guaranteed that Mark Ashton is involved, but there has been a link there. So I wouldn't speak in such absolute terms. Anir. Evening, Alistair. Evening, Jim. Local derbies are always nervy affairs. 1-1 my prediction. Iain, I won't be doing a watch-along Leeds Villa, but I'll try and get the review done pretty soon after. I'm always knackered after the Saturday Super Stream. Kazim Richards must be experienced. Yes, he must have, mustn't he? Clipped in the free kick looking for Clark. Clark boots it up in the air. I think it's going to be, it's going to be going out of play. Easy for Samba. Did I read about Sam Gallagher's punctured lung? Oof. No, I didn't. That sounds awful. You're nearly there, Anir. If you get Mark Ashton in, then it will be a guaranteed disaster. You're still expressing an opinion as an absolute there at the end. You can't, unless you can predict the future, in which case I don't know what you're doing on this stream. I'd be going and gambling and making loads of money. But so you're halfway there, Anir. Nearly. Cleared by Samba, the goal kick. And headed away by Clark. Chested down by Figueiredo into Kravinovic. Nice touch and turn. Bird goes with him. Waghorn helps out and Derby win it back. Wisdom to Shinny. Shinny to Burn. And Forrest back in shape. Here's Bird again. Evening, Sam. Welcome. More nervous Derby and Forest fans. We feel your pain. Here's Wisdom, right centre-back position. Into Waghorn, touch. Not much space to play in, but he does well. Back to Bird, through the lines to Waghorn. Waghorn's come off the right, and he's too clever for his own good there. Tried to play it inside knockout to Buchanan, but he could have gone directly to him. He's given the ball away. Derby have, though, won it back, and they've got it back in the centre half positions. You deserve a bottle of wine. Your streams are always class. I've got to be good. I've had beers the last couple, so I'm on the coffee. 5 bellies today. Score prediction. I think I had draw in this one. Callum. I'm not nervous. I'm confident. Well, good for you, Sam. Right. Someone else wanted a time sync. It's going to be 6 minutes, Alistair. In 3, 2, 1, sync. Lovely. Oh, takeaway pizza in. Get in. I just made a risotto all by myself with no help from Shaylee. Unbelievable scenes. So I'm full. What pizza are you getting? James, Bournemouth v Watford. Well, we'll do the second half of that, James, tomorrow in the Super Stream. Looking forward to it. Here's Clark. Clark into Shinny. Shinny to Buchanan. And this is what we're going to see a lot of, is both teams in shape, not yielding. And it's going to take a good cross, someone to beat a man. The same things I always say, a good ball through the lines or a set play. You know how these tight games, both of these teams are well coached, aren't they? And both hold good shape. Forward in it goes to Kazim Richards. He wants a foul from Figueiredo. He's not getting one. Worrell plays that out to Christie. Christie back home to Brice Samba. Nice. Wedges is a nice touch. What dips do you get? David, apologise to everyone now for tomorrow. I'll be drinking early. Nice. David, what's going to happen in Watford Bournemouth then? I think it might be a slow burner. I suspect you'll be right. Oh, stop it, all this. Ribs and chicken from Frankie and Benny's. This is... I'm already full. I got some mini eggs downstairs, though. Here is Figueiredo. Plays outside to Freeman. First touch for him. He's got that lovely left foot, Freeman, hasn't he? Tries to play the give and go with Ribeiro. Sorry, who I mistook a second ago as Figueiredo. Sorry. But Freeman has conceded a foul on Burn. Free kick Derby coming up 8 minutes. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Who are Ipswich playing tomorrow? Doncaster at home. Everyone's high on life with takeover news, though. Woof. Christie, loads of space in front of him now. Steps out a right back. Knockout's the obvious ball. He gets it. Knockout into Garner. Garner touch. Into Worrell. Good press here by Derby. Waghorn and Knight both engaged. Tried to play in the line. Well played Derby. They've won it back. Burn. Little back heel to Waghorn. And into Wisdom. This is stiff stuff. Going to be hard for either team to get through the other here. as Clark tries to play down the line for Buchanan. Krissy is going to let that one go all the way out. I think we'll score, then defensive error, then score. Then that sounds like the Blackburn game. Fish chips. Wasn't it the same last Friday, John? Actually, I was on that diet, wasn't I? Make tomorrow better. We don't have to worry about a game, so I'll be in a neutral in the Super Stream. There we go. Here's Worrell. Plays that out to left back Ribeiro, who clips that one down the line. Freeman can't keep it in. Quality just dripping off the last 3 minutes. It's got a little bit loose in terms of the passing. Both sides need to be patient here, don't they, in the face of opponents who are really not going to give too much away. Clip down the line and out it goes again. Few unforced errors creeping in. Uh, 10 minutes gone now. Derby 0, Forest 0. Where is the ball? It's taken an age to get back. There we go. Right, throw into Forest, just over halfway line, which Yuri Ribeiro is going to take. Steals a couple of yards and throws it forward. Waghorn heads away. Touched by Kazim Richards. Nice ball. And here goes Waghorn down the right-hand side. That's a poor ball set ahead of him. I think it was Jason Knight who played that one. There is Mel Morris in the stand. We thought he would have ceased to be the Derby owner about 3 months ago. But hey, we're not talking about that because it ain't happened. Freeman has been a nice little battle developing between Freeman front left for Forest and Burn the right back for Derby. He's won a free kick. And Chris Houghton, will play the percentages. This free kick's going in the box. Knockout is going to take it left-footed. It's a long way back. Derby are able to hold the defensive line, I don't know, about 4 or 5 metres outside the penalty area. So here comes Knockout, hangs it up to the back post. He's looking for Worrell. Headed away by Clark and Josviak. Josviak, I was going to say, heads it on again, but Cafu's conceded a foul there, and the free kick comes to nothing. Are they both 5 across midfield? In theory, John, they're not, but in practice, they are, if you know what I mean, because when the back fours have got the ball, both sides are just folding back into shape with only the one up top. So, yeah, I know what you mean. Good evening. Make Ipswich great again. Hope so. Hashtag make Ipswich great again. Evening to you, Noah, as well. Bird plays that in to Clark. To Buchanan. He clips it down the line for Josviak to chase. Christie hooks it over his head. And Buchanan goes back into Clark. Clark diagonal. Waghorn in the air loses out to Ribeiro. And Cafu to Kravinovic. And Worrell. Ooh. Worrell cleared that. I think Kazim Richards left one on Worrell there. The free kick has been given. Let's have a look. Yeah, he knew what he was doing there, Kazim Richards. Disguised that quite well. Let's just say he made sure Joe Worrell knew where he was. 2 big, powerful players, Worrell and Kazim Richards. Chris says, the City ground, my favourite in the division. Nice. Think how good it's going to be when they build that Peter Taylor stand. Will Rooney get money after this season to have a stab at playoff territory? I suspect so. He'll get money as soon as the takeover happens, but obviously it's going to happen outside of a transfer window now, isn't it? Ollie's got out of the bath. Nice one. That's normally me on the 1 p.m. streams, isn't it? With sopping wet hair. Where did Forrest play Freeman? He's playing front left, Noah. Here comes Knight towards the box. Burn. It's poor from Knight. He's better than that. That was probably the best overload we'd had there. The first literal 2-on-1 in the entire game. Cafu gets robbed, and that's going to be the only way. No one's going to get done on transition in this game, getting caught up the pitch. Just not going to happen. And it's poor from Knight. He just needed to slip Burn in, and then Burn could have stood up across there. But poor ball from Jason Knight. Goal kick is flicked on by Glenn Murray, who I don't think we mentioned Glenn Murray yet. I don't think, must be first touch we mentioned. And he again then helps it on through, and it's with David Marshall. Sky Sports tell us that 78% of the game has been played in the middle third. So tight stuff, but we knew this before the game, didn't we? Burn knocks that one back to Wisdom. And Wisdom across to Clark. Back to Wisdom. And they're not pressing him at all. Wisdom doesn't know what to do with the ball. He plays it to Clark. Murray does go and press this time, and David Marshall is going to have to boot that long. Cyrus Christie won the header and also won a foul in the right back position. Christie stays down. He's holding his left shoulder. He jumped with Buchanan and fell as he landed on his left shoulder there. Ouch. Looks like he's going to be good to play on. 16 gone. Derby 0, Forest 0. No chances on goal yet. Free kick, Forest, Figueiredo. They're going to go long with this one. Down the ground it goes. Kravinovic knocks that one out to Freeman. Left corner of the box. Freeman to Ribeiro. Ribeiro crosses left-footed, looking for Murray. Headed away. Waghorn is going to be able to complete the clearance from the right back position. Cafu's got there first. And Jason Knight goes into a tackle. Yuri Ribeiro goes down very theatrically. I think Knight knows it was a foul. I think Ribeiro knows it was a foul. I think referee Langford knows it was a foul. But quite the tumble from Yuri Ribeiro there. Oh, dear. It's a foul. We get it. It's a foul. But Ribeiro throws himself down. Nathan Burns laughing at him. But he has won a free kick in a good position. We'll stick another time sync in about 20 seconds. It'll be 17 minutes, 30 seconds sync up. Although we might, Lewis, come on, behave. He touched him and it was a foul. He didn't need to dive like that though. Here is Knocker. He's going to take the free kick. In it goes, left-footed curling, headed away by Clark. Freeman volleys it in, and Glenn Murray actually gets in the way of it and deflects it wide. We'll come up 18 minutes very soon, and I'll do your time sync for that and answer the next couple of questions in the chat. Forest just edging it, but both their chances from set plays. 18 minutes into sync. There you go. Hopefully you got that in time. What do we got here? George, just got back from work. Thoughts on takeover? We'll talk about that half-time, George, if it comes up. And the same there, Katie. Obviously, Paul Cook waiting in the wings there to become Ipswich manager. Looks like if what we believe is what we've been told is true, then he's the guy. Knocked forward by Derby. Worrell clears that one. Bird following in. Waghorn plays it back up the line to Burn. Here's Wisdom. Wisdom plays that one inside. Yes, this game is worth a trophy, the Brian Clough trophy. Knockout, Freeman, Murray, some good players on the pitch. Absolutely. Here's Bird in the centre circle. Forrest back in shape. Byrne plays that one back to Wisdom to Clark. Clark, out it goes to Shinnie, who's just dropped off from central midfield. Fullbacks pushed a bit further on. Forrest all back behind the ball here, inviting Derby to play through, which they've done quite well there. Here comes Knight down the right-hand side. It's a good play by Derby. Byrne into Bird. And Shinnie has got it back now. Just got to be a bit braver on the ball in situations like that, where they are a bit more advanced up the pitch. It's all very well completing safe passes, but this is a Chris Hughton team. They'll just sit there all day and you won't get through. Knight, that's better. Here's Byrne down the right-hand side. Byrne low cross. 50-50 there in the box. Knight does well to win it. Here is Buchanan. And ladies and gentlemen, we have had a shot. Lee Buchanan from, I don't know, about 30 yards out there. Doesn't really get a hold of it. But it's a shot. Just angle through and Samba falls on that easily. Headed away by Joe Worrell. Waghorn, good ball that, inside to Matt Clark. One ex-Ipswich player to another. Clark to Shinnie. And again, Forrest back in shape. Wisdom. Wisdom across to Clark. And Clark out to Shinnie again. Feels like Derby could push their centre-halves right onto halfway line and try and hem Forrest in without too much risk of being caught. Forrest completely sitting in now. Sorry, I missed that. We can do another time check in a bit. Clark, yeah, this is settling into quite the attritional battle. Forrest are just sitting there and saying, well, go on then, play through us. And at the moment, Derby don't have the confidence to A, move the ball quickly, or B, through the lines. Glenn Murray's just kind of remonstrating with his teammates saying, come up and press with me. But, yeah, this is poor. Derby literally just knocking the ball around at the back and Forrest sitting off. Wisdom in the end goes long. Good ball, actually. Knight to Waghorn. There you go. Opened it up with one pass there, Wisdom. Waghorn. Here's Buchanan. Buchanan into the box. Hits the shot. Comes back to Shinnie. Shinnie is saved. It's going to fall on the rebound to Josviak and it's blocked. There's a handball shout against Ribeiro. They're surrounding referee Langford now. And easily the best opening of the game there. Derby knocked the ball around. Went nowhere particularly fast. Then Andre Wisdom. Let me just see this handball shout. No. So Ribeiro slides in. He kind of turns his back and it hits his elbow. So you're never going to get deliberate or arm in unnatural position for that. It's a good shot by. It's smacked at him. He slides in. It looked worse from the second angle, actually, I have to say. His arm looked further away. I'm sure Sky will be all over that because there's nothing else to talk about in this games. In goes the corner. Samba pours it away. Oh, Jason Knight has missed an absolute sitter. Oh, Derby should be 1-0 up here. Wow. Referee Langford is chattering away with Samba and Worrell, but that was a huge chance. Samba flapped at it, and it's basically an open goal for Jason Knight. They're complaining about Wisdom blocking. I didn't see anything wrong with it, really. And Knight has got to stick that in the back of the net with his left foot. Comes at him quickly, and he's ended up looping it over the crossbar. Oh, things hotted up there. First, penalty shout. It was Yuri Ribeiro threw himself into the tackle. The arm, and this is where you talk unnatural position. I don't think his arm's in an unnatural position when you're throwing yourself into a block. But yeah, to David's point, how on earth has he missed that? Yes, corner, Samba flapping. I think Wisdom's the blocker, but he just stands there. He doesn't foul anybody. It's nodded down, and Jason Knight, who's an excellent player, should stick that into the net, and it kind of loops over the top. Evening, Nick. We'll give you a time sync, evening bits, in a second. So 0-0, Derby should be leading, really, on that little 2-minute splurge that they just had. I'll give you time sync at 24:30. We're going to count down 3, 2, 1. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, sync. And Forest survive that scare. And it's headed away. Murray knocks that off nicely to Cafu. Cafu to Ribeiro. And now Derby back in shape. Their press is a little bit more active than Forest's, I have to say. Forest a bit more passive without the ball, whereas Derby are clearly going hunting for it. 25-10 gone. 0-0. Throw in to Ribeiro, who goes like this. Slow everything down. Wisdom held Samba's non-puncher. I did not see that, Chris. So good spot if you caught that one. And out it goes. Chris, can't see where Lambert goes from here. Well, something very interesting is going to happen, though, Chris, is that Lambert will now be able to say that he only got moved on because of the takeover. And his hands are clean. And we know he's a good talker. So, Bits, I know what you mean, but I can't read that out because I'll get demonetized. 26 coming up. Here's Josviak. Steps outside of Garner and sticks the ball out wide to Nathan Byrne. Here's Waghorn. Waghorn in off the right. I'll say it again. Forest back in shape. Derby definitely the more active here. Byrne tries to just float that over the fullback. Nothing doing, and Forest try and get on transition quick, but don't succeed. Poor touch from Krissy. Throw in to Derby. This game going exactly the way everyone thought it would. Here's Wisdom. And Wisdom goes home. To be fair to Wisdom, when I was getting a little bit fed up of Forest sitting behind the ball and Derby just playing it along the back four, it was Wisdom's direct ball down the right-hand side that actually got things moving quicker and opened things up. Ribeiro down the line to Freeman, who continues his battle with Byrne, and Byrne has fouled. Good play by Freeman, that actually. Just backed into his man, rolled his foot over the ball and got past Byrne and won the foul. It's back with Worrell now, who goes across to Figueiredo. Figueiredo to Christie. Again, good press by Derby here. A nice dummy by Knockhart. And Glenn Murray does well, actually. And Knockhart into the box. Ooh, and Marshall comes out to get it. Interesting one there. Knockhart, I would have thought all day long would have gone down in the box there, but he stayed on his feet. Murray does really well, clips it inside. Ooh, yeah, Wisdom commits to a challenge and doesn't get near the ball, but Knockhart continues and runs around him. And we all know what would have happened if he'd ran into him. So here is Wisdom. Wisdom inside to Marshall in goal. Coming up half an hour now. Tight game. I'd say Derby are edging it and certainly have had the best opening of the game. Here's Clark. And that is poor from Clark. And he plays it out and Forest are going to win. The throw-in, win. Forest are handed a throw-in. Clark's going to have to stop, actually. Clark's got blood down his shirt there. If referee Langford sees that, he's going to pull him off to get that changed, but he hasn't noticed yet. Waghorn off the right. Now there's space here if they can move the ball quickly, but Knockout, like a good Chris Hughton soldier, gets back in shape and he wins that off Lee Buchanan. Plays it into Figueiredo. He messes about with it a bit. Oh, he's done all right. Back into Knockout. Oh, God. I really thought they were going to give that away. They've actually got it up the line here to Christie, who sprints away towards halfway. Shinny's got back to take that away from him. Nice ball by Wisdom again. Bird, there you go. A bit of vertical passing from Derby, like that. Yoshviak back to Bird, centre circle now. Can they keep the ball moving? Another good ball by Bird to Yoshviak. Yoshviak hits the shot and it's into Worrell. That was so much better from Derby there. 2 times in that one move. Slid through, played through the lines twice there. Bird. Excellent sort of forward passing there by Max Bird in central midfield. Byrne threw it to Waghorn. Waghorn sort of fly kicked it back to him. And I think they won a corner actually here. And we know Derby are good on set plays. Yeah, they've finally spotted that Matt Clark's got blood down his shirt. And as much as Shay Given protests, they know the laws and he's played on. So he's got a bump on the nose somehow. Clark, don't know how. He's just getting cleaned up there. I assume the corner will take place without him, and he's one of their bigger, sort of taller, better headers of the ball, Clark. So Nathan Byrne is going to take the corner from the right-hand side. Both hands go up, whatever that signal means. In it goes from Byrne, headed away by Figueiredo. Byrne wins it back, clips that one in. Samba's going to catch that. Easy peasy, and falls to the ground like his team are 1-0 up, and there's 2 minutes of the game left. Samba throws that out to Cyrus Christie. In the right-back position, and here is James Garner. I think Derby is still playing with 10 at the moment. Clark was getting a bloodied nose cleaned up. Samba, big clearance. Wisdom heads that one on. Cafu gets, well, I say he gets fouled. I'll say Cafu wins a free kick in the centre circle of Yoshviak. So new shirt for Matt Clark. And he's cleaned up the bloody nose. No number on the back. But he's back on the pitch. Into the channel. Ooh, Buchanan caught out there by Freeman. And the cross goes in and it's a corner for Forest there. Buchanan ball watching badly there. It's just clipped over the top of him there. And he's let Freeman run off him. And he really got caught under the ball badly there. Remember, he had Ismail Assar to contend with last time we did a watch-along, didn't we? Right, so corner to Forest. They've had a couple of free kicks, but this is, you know, if you think this is a more desirable set play. I know some people disagree about the actual danger of corners. Excuse me. Right, knockout with the corner. In it goes. Garner tried to flick it on at the near post. It's cleared and Kravinovic plays it back in to Ribeiro. Diagonal one for Worrell. He wins it well. It's going to fall to Freeman with the left foot, and Freeman has scored. Garner, excuse me, for Nottingham Forest. Wow. Somewhat against the run of the entire game. It's not the most pure of hits there. It's gone through David Marshall and into the back of the net. And Nottingham Forest are Chris Hughton in Derby here. It is 1-0 to Forest. The first corner that they've forced. Garner was on the near post. And do you know what? He kind of falls down and they just leave him. And that's what ends up with him unmarked. It's put straight back in the mixer. Worrell does well to head it down. And then Garner comes from an unmarked position. But, oh dear, I think Marshall should save that, shouldn't he? Good header, big, powerful header by Worrell. Oh, dear. I've just seen an angle straight on. Marshall's got to save that. Oh, dear. I mean, it's a good early hit. Oh, no. It's poor from Marshall. Yeah, Wayne Rooney knows that as well. Got a tight close-up of Rooney's face. There's a couple of good bits of play in that, as in it's recycled quite quickly. Worrell heads it down quite well. Garner hits it early enough, but Marshall has got to save that, hasn't he? And it's 1-0. Let's change the banner to Nottingham Forest. And you know exactly what the Forest game plan is going to be now. But Krissy comes down the right-hand side looking for Glenn Murray in the box and cleared out. Forest tails are up now, given away again by Derby. Here is Cafu to Garner. Garner, who I thought was Luke Freeman when he scored the goal with his left foot there. And Waghorn fouls Cafu. Cafu seems to have the methodology with referee Langford of how to win a free kick every time. Derby 0, Forest 1. Woof. There we go. Chocolate wrists. It wasn't good goalkeeping, was it? I like Marshall's been a good goalkeeper for a lot of years. We're just seeing it's clever by Cafu. Just does Cafu have a little kick out there afterwards? That's very naughty. I'd be interested to see that again. Cafu on the floor there definitely kicks out at Waghorn there. Cafu indulging in some big S-housery. Hopefully we get another replay of that because that would meet the violent conduct criteria, wasn't it? And we got a free kick to Forest. Well done, Sam, who's happy with that one. And Ollie as well. Yeah, keeper, not good. Weak keeping, that's not good enough. Howler, what was the keeper thinking? There you go. Oh, you Kiko in disguise. Marshall went down in installments, yeah. Not good. Free kick quickly taken by Forest. And they're trying to get Worrell one-on-one. They've done it again. Oh, he's headed it across. It's a really obvious ploy now, which Wayne Rooney is surely going to have spotted, that on the attacking set plays, Forest are trying to move Joe Worrell in the first instance. He starts in the middle, then on to Nathan Byrne. And Worrell's about a foot taller. And that's what's worked out on both of the last occasions. Crossed in there looking for Glenn Murray, headed away, and Byrne clears it. But they're going to have to look at that derby because obviously Worrell is going to beat Worrell's going to beat Byrne in the air every time on those. Here is Figueiredo, the centre half. Really hotted up this one, hasn't it, from about 20 minutes onwards. First of all, Derby penalty shout. We're just going to see this. And yeah, he just gets on his own. And to be fair, he looked like he might have just been leaning offside in the first instance, Worrell. But the plan is there, isn't it? Right, I've got to stop drinking this coffee. It's gone cold. It's disgusting. I've got Pepsi here somewhere. Another classic 0-0, Liam. Absolutely, hey? All of those people who besmirch our excellent channel here with the fake news that all the watch-alongs are 0-0. Well, the facts would say otherwise. Carl says Forest could put the game to bed here. Are you thinking about a second goal before half-time? Their tails are up. Oh, that's good feet by Yoshviak. Murray wins it back, though. Here's Cafu. And, yeah, Cafu, bit of a... is behind you. Thanks, Carl. There it is. Cafu, we think, might have kicked out a little bit against Waghorn there, which went unseen. Waghorn didn't fall to the ground like he'd just been shot. And nothing doing. I'm sure Sky will show 100 replays of that at half-time. Bruce Samba kicks that one down the ground. Sky Sports tell us that in all 9 games that Nottingham Forest have scored first this season, they've gone on to win them. And in all 14 games that Derby have conceded first, they have lost all 14. If that evidence is in any way predictive of what is about to happen, then Forest are going to win this game. Not always the case, though. Here is Ribeiro in the left back position, plays that forward, headed away by Wisdom. Cafu picks it up again. Cafu to Ribeiro. Waghorn gets in there and takes it off Murray. I think it's going to be a throw-in to Forest, who lead 1-0 in this one. James Garner, the goal scorer. Early half volley, but it went through David Marshall's hands. Down the line it goes from the throw-in from Ribeiro. Flicked on by Murray. Byrne and Freeman battling at it again. We get my normal pet hate of shepherding the ball out there. Nathan Byrne, anywhere else on the pitch, that's an obstruction, but he shepherds the ball out. Chris Houghton's just giving some instructions. But he'll be very, very happy with this. Could have been a goal down to that big Jason Knight chance, couldn't he? And could have been down to 10 men if we saw that, noise, if we saw that kick out by Cafu correctly. It's a throw-in to Forest down the left-hand side. 40 minutes up on the clock. Ribeiro is going to take this one. Referee Langford is over with David Marshall. I don't know what's going on here. Marshall's got his... He's holding his back. I know they've got Keller Roos on the bench. And David Marshall's possibly hurt here, which would immediately beg the question, was he already hurt? And is that why he made such a poor effort of saving James Garner's shot, which went through his hands for 1-0? Houghton has pulled his players over just for some more instructions. Derby physio. Having a look at the James Garner goal here. I assume Sky are making the same comparison I did of, well, that was some bad goalkeeping and now he's holding his back. And he's going off. It's a goalkeeper substitution alert here. So, was Marshall hurt when he made that attempt to save Garner's shot? Who knows? Keller Roos, now sporting a nice man bun, is going to come on to play in goal for Derby. Very earnest conversation going on between Marshall and the Derby staff there. But Marshall is off and Roos is on in goal. First substitution of the game. Not really a lot Wayne Rooney can do about that. Yeah, we don't judge people by their appearance, do we? What a hash Marshall made of trying to save that. Well, was he hurt now? Was he at full strength and fitness? Nathan Byrne throws it down the line and Joe Worrell smashes it down the ground. Murray causing trouble there, but Derby are going to get it clear. Nathan Byrne bumps it up in the air. Knockout brings it down and shoots on half volley from way, way out. I think he's just trying to test Roos out because he's just come on. His pride is more hurt than his back. Interesting. Turning point of the game, new goalkeeper. Perhaps we will see. Who scored? Says Red Revolution. James Garner. Roos hits it forward and it's come straight back to him here. Glenn Murray and Andre Wisdom indulging in a little bit of sledging with each other. And Keller Roos, horrible goal kick. He's let Glenn Murray get in his head there. Stood right next to the keeper whilst he took it. And he's going to try the same thing all over again. Knocked back. Another poor goal kick by Roos, who looks a bit nervous, I have to say. It's clipped forward again. Wisdom was a bit slow on the draw. I think he's fouled Kravinovic, actually. That's very poor from Wisdom if he has conceded a foul from that. He chested it down and let Kravinovic get in front of him. Down went Kravinovic, just a little bit casual, wasn't it? And we have a free kick to Forest with half-time approaching very, very fast. 44:53 on the clock. And Roos has looked very nervous. So I suspect the message to Knockaert is test the keeper from this one. Put it in a difficult area and tempt him to come out for it. Here comes Knockaert with the free kick, left-footed. In it goes to the back stick. Good header by Matt Clark. It was Figueiredo coming in behind him. And Clark gets the header race. Good delivery by Knockaert, actually. It's 3 minutes of stoppage time going to be played. Cyrus Christie's drying the ball for throwing. So I'm guessing this is going in long. No, it's not. Glenn Murray controls it. Shinnie nicks in and takes it off him. Will we get the long throw in we expected now? I think we do now. Cyrus Christie's winding up. He's going to throw it into the near post where Glenn Murray is waiting. In comes the long throw, headed out by Buchanan. Garner on the volley. Roos spills it. Oh, my goodness me. And then gathers it again. Hopefully that is going to be, goodness me, the confidence builder he needs because he's looked nervous as anything, the Derby sub-goalkeeper. Oh, God, he's missed that by a mile as well. He's bent down to get it, and it's literally right above his hands and hit him in the chest, and he's quickly out to get it. So hopefully that calms him down, or the half-time calms him down, because Roos looks frightened rabbit at the moment, I have to say. Here is Clark. We got 90 seconds of minimum first half stoppage time remaining. Roos is shaky. He looks a bit nervous, doesn't he? I agree. Nice long ball forward. Here's Buchanan. Buchanan into Joshviak. Joshviak comes off the left and tries to switch the play, looking for Waghorn. It's out to Knight. Knight hits the shot, comes back to him, bouncing around. Joshviak sticks that out wide. Burn and Waghorn get in each other's way. Burn plays it back to Waghorn on the left foot. Can he get an in-swinging cross in? Floats it for Kazim Richards. Not good from Waghorn. Headed away. They've won it back. There's still 40 seconds of minimum stoppage time. And here is Shinnie and Wisdom. And I think the clock is now going to run down. They did have a nice sort of attacking momentum there. But in the end, that has stopped. And I think, yeah, it's going to be a Forest throw-in. That is going to be all she wrote for half-time. About 10 seconds of normal time to go. And here we have it. Half-time. It is Derby 0, Forest 1. Good watch. I've enjoyed it. I suspect we'll get some comments saying that it's a bit attritional, and I agree. But a good old battle, a good chess match, this one. Both sides kind of sticking to shape and tucking the wide players back. And when the opposition's back four got the ball, sort of just sitting back in shape and seeing if they could play through. That was the pattern for the first 20 minutes. I must say there was a marked difference in the way Derby did that to Forest, because Derby did go after the Forest back four and get the press going and build the intensity, whereas Forest sat in and said, no, we're going to sit here, we're going to slow this down and you play through us. And in the main, Derby didn't. However, Derby should probably have taken the lead. In the first instance, it was a shot parried, and then, God, I forget who even put the rebound shot. Joshviak put the rebounded shot in. It's the left back, Ribeiro, throws himself into the block. His back's kind of half turned and his arm is, I would say, sort of that angle away from his body. It hits his elbow. So on the basis of the wording of the law, it wasn't deliberate. And I don't think you can argue his arm's in an unnatural position as he throws himself into the... I mean, what is a natural position when you're throwing your entire body into a block? It's not going to be like that, is it? So I don't think it was a penalty, but I do think they should have scored from the following corner where the ball goes loose. Samba's... well, he says he was fouled. I think Chris said he spotted... It's like a tug on his arm that he didn't go for the ball with. But it didn't get spotted, and Jason Knight should have stuck that one into the back of the net, loops it up and over the bar. Bit of huffing and puffing, and the game state seemed to be Forest sitting passive and Derby forward active. But you know what's coming, don't you? Forest get their first corner. In it goes. It's cleared, and just... the weird serendipity on the near post. Garner goes down and they kind of leave him as everyone clears out. And from that moment on, he's unmarked. And they get a little bit of luck because he's now free because they've effectively left him for dead because he went down injured. The ball's recycled. Worrell wins the header. Garner comes back onto the play now and half volleys it towards goal. But it's really poor from David Marshall in the goal. It goes through his hands, but 5 minutes later, David Marshall goes off injured. Was he already injured? Will be the tinfoil conspiracy hat wearing thing that I'm going to say. It's a possibility. One more thing of note happened in that half. Waghorn and Cafu went 50-50, and Cafu wins the free kick, and very David Beckham, Diego Simeone style. Looks like Cafu kicked Waghorn in the calf when he was down, which is so silly and can easily get you a violent conduct red card, can't it? So get your comments in on the first half, and we will talk about some bits and bobs. I know a couple of people asked me about the Ipswich takeover, so I'm more than happy to talk about that if needs must. What three people dislike the video? Can you imagine going on the internet and pressing dislike on a video? Deary me. Pathetic, isn't it? Isaac, I don't like this. Local derbies for you, buddy. I think teams should be limited to 5 long throws a game, or there should be a long throw line. Get fed up of teams constantly using it to take minutes out of the game. Interesting, revolutionary there from Marco, but can't see that one coming in. It's not happening for Derby. Yeah, it ain't over till it's over. We see. Likes should be on 90. Play the game. Hit like. There we go. Chris, Derby edged it until the goal, unnecessarily conceded, but immediately realised they will do well to get out Drury. This was Forest gained an extra half yard. Langford has missed quite a lot. Let's talk about Ipswich, shall we? We can, of course, in a second. Forest struggled with Derby's press first 30. Not seen much of it since the goal. Yeah, fair comment. Forest are making the playoffs. Mark my words. Well, there you go. You got 2 more dislikes after saying that. Can you imagine? See if I get 2 more for saying that. Gaz, dearie me. YouTube should remove the thumbs down button. Go on about mental health and then let people boo, thumbs down. All right, mate. I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good. I know isn't about the game, but do you agree about Borough's inconsistency? Yeah, we'll talk about it on the Super Stream tomorrow. Stephen, new owner must have great plans going forward if Paul Cook turned down Championship clubs to wait for the Ipswich job. Look, there's no evidence that Paul Cook turned down the Championship jobs to wait for the Ipswich job. It might just have been that the Championship jobs weren't the right offers for him, and they were both 6-month offers, and he wants something longer. So we cannot necessarily connect the two. Let me see if I can get the Athletic article up, and I will speak for a minute about this Ipswich Town takeover. Or potential Ipswich Town takeover. Is that going to be the right link? Sorry, I just need to use the other. There we go. Lovely. Okay. See if I can copy that in here. And then we will answer these questions about this Ipswich takeover. There we go. Okay. Are you ready? Right, I think I've got it. Okay. So the story, as we understand, is that a US businessman is fairly far down the road in negotiations to take over Ipswich and buy out Marcus Evans as such. We'd heard tidbits and rumours for about 10 days now going into this, and there'd been this kind of weird, we've been hearing things about Paul Lambert possibly being on the way out. And then it went from looking very close to that something was going to be happening with that to just silence. And it was all a little bit strange. And obviously the reason for that now has turned out to be that there was this going on in the background. So, of course, Marcus Evans is the owner is not going to fire a manager and pay out compensation. He can leave the next guy to do that and pick up that sort of tab. We had the same thing with Derby County, didn't we, where they were wanting the next owners to pick up the tab to get rid of Philip Koku. But, hey, that never transpired. So this broke from the Athletic today. A group of American investors led by LA businessman Brett Johnson is on the verge of buying Ipswich Town for $17.5 million. Athletic understands the League One club has been owned. Oh, God, it's not going to let me in. I am a subscriber, but God knows what my password is. Anyway, I'll read the rest of that. The League One club has been owned by British multimillionaire Marcus Evans since December 2007. But the 57-year-old has been in talks with various parties for at least 6 months, having poured more than 100 million of his wealth into the club over the last 13 years. Evans is understood to be writing off that debt, giving Johnson's group a clean slate. So this could be really, really great news, because this could be, I don't want to say a bad owner, but Marcus Evans has definitely been a hapless owner for Ipswich. He came in, he gave Jim Magilton a bit of time, he removed him. He then hired Roy Keane, gave Roy Keane a load of money, which he wasted, finished in the middle of the championship. Then he gave Paul Jewell the job, and then a load of money as well, which Paul Jewell did an even worse job and had Ipswich right down at the bottom of the league. Enter Sir Mick McCarthy, who gets things going and in the end finishes 6th with Ipswich. But while this is all happening, FFP is ramping up and parachute payments go down from 4 years to 3 years and get bigger. And all of a sudden, Marcus Evans realises, oh dear, I think the window where my wealth could have made a big difference is kind of closing. And, oh, by the way, I've got this guy, Mick McCarthy, doing the job, and he seems to be doing quite well without any money. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put any more sort of push really hard. And yes, he was making a 6 million loss each year. Of course, he could have made a 13 million loss each year, but hey, 6 million, 13 is a lot of money, you know, huge sums of money we're talking about. So in the end, Mick and Mr. Evans realised that, well, Mick, I think, realises that it's probably a good career move for him to get out, basically. So out he goes, in comes Paul Hurst, tries to change everything. Disaster, in comes Paul Lambert, relegation, rubbish. And then Lambert's been really bad in League One. So this idea now that somebody might come in who's not hapless is very, very exciting. Of course, there is the possibility that the new owner could also be hapless, or that the takeover won't be completed. But I think we're quite a long way down the road from what we see with this. So the best case scenario here is this gets done nice and quickly, and it does appear that the new owner has strong links with someone that's been mentioned in the chat a few times, Mark Ashton, who's not very popular at Bristol City, but who knows whether those links are true. But the strongest link with Paul Cook seems to be very definitive that that's the guy who will be the manager if and when the takeover is done, which is very, very good news if it happens, of course, because Paul Cook, of course, has you get promoted with Chesterfield, Pompey as well, Wigan as well. And as you all know from watching the channel and watching the Championship, that Wigan team was really good in the end. The before the administration came, they were functioning as like a top 6 or 7 Championship team, essentially with Kiefer Moore and Jamal Lowe and Jacobs and Dowell and Nathan Byrne, who's playing tonight, and Dunkley, Morsey, Williams, Marshall, who's also playing tonight in goal. Sorry if I missed anyone out in that team. Anthony Robinson, who's now playing in the Premier League with Fulham, isn't he? So, in principle, that could be all really good. Obviously, Marcus Evans has now just decided that he's done. He's had enough. And in the words of Kenny Rogers, you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. And he's probably just realised, look, where is this going? I want out. I've lost 100 million quid. I'll sell for 17.5 and you get the assets or whatever, and I'll write off the debts. And as they say in Dragon's Den, I'm out. So potentially could be really good news for Ipswich if the takeover takes place and the new owners are in no way as hapless as the previous owner was. There we go. That's my thoughts on the Ipswich takeover. Okay, so you can direct everyone back in this one to half time. Anyway, let's get back into this. Derby nil, Forest 1. Let's get back into your comments. Let's have a look here. Brett Johnson, made up name. It's really not. What else have we got here? Are you pleased? Well, I'll be pleased when it happens and the new owners are not complete charlatans, are they? My knowledge of Mark Ashton is limited, let's just say. Ipswich fans will expect the UEFA Cup in 6 months. Chris, that is utter nonsense, mate. Honestly, anyone who knew Ipswich fans, no. They're way more self-aware than that, honestly. And we've had a horrible time. So, yeah, if you knew what had happened, you wouldn't say that. Owen on this game. Let's get a second goal, kill the game off, and move on to Luton. You Reds, Forest leading 1-0. Operation Leapfrog is go. Come on, Forest. Yes, could happen. Tonight, you need to get Stendhal in. He will get you out of League One. Well, he did with Barnsley, didn't he? Lewis should be winning. Don't know how Knight has missed that. Yeah, he should score that, shouldn't he? What else have we got here? 5% doesn't really affect anything operation-wise, just allows him to benefit financially from... Oh, is he still going to have a stake, Sophie? That would make some sense as well. I think Evans will want to keep the club for corporate events. Is that all it seemed to want out of the club? Well, there we go. We dealt with the Ipswich takeover in the end. Right. And there is one of the figures of Ipswich's fall from grace there on the screen in front of me. Martin Waghorn, who was... he saw the exodus. He knew when to get out at the right time, didn't he? Ipswich's key player in the 17-18 season. Not present for the 18-19 collapse. So happy with the takeover news, Ben. Only just came on, but all positive. Fingers crossed. Yeah. I mean, obviously, they could be awful, but we hope they're not. We really, really hope they're not. I think we deserve some good news after the Evans years, 13 years, apart from that one under Mick. Yeah, but Lewis says Derby've picked up 0 points. We saw the stats, weren't we, from losing positions this season. Evans will leak in and sell his stake for 100 million once Ipswich in the Champions League. Well, he'll deserve every penny of it if Ipswich get in the Champions League, won't he? Hey? Essentially, that guy has invested and lost more money in that club than anyone in the known universe ever will. So we could do with a takeover, says Stephen. Hey, I thought Steve Gibson was always up there with the best owners. Right. Just about to start the second half here. It's Derby 0, Forest 1. And we're just about to go. My problem with Max Bird 2 with following slow. I have to push back on that, Lewis. The few times that Derby have got through this Forest mid-low block, a couple of them have been Max Bird's been the only one able to play through the third. So it might not be Max Bird that's the issue, particularly in this game. Maybe he just needs something different next to him, because I'm not seeing anyone else play through other than Wisdom going diagonal. But yes, right, we're into the second half. Derby 0, Forest 1. No changes at half time. Obviously, there was a change just before half time where Keller Roos came on and looked very nervous, but hopefully half time will have sorted him out and he doesn't feel he's coming in cold now. Into the channel for Freeman to chase, and Burn hooks that one out over his head. It's a throw in to Forest down the left-hand side. Headed away by Waghorn. Shinny scoops that one up. And Cafu wins it back. Kravinovic, who's been fairly quiet, tries to help it on, and Wisdom plays it back to Roos in goal for Derby. Who have to get through this packed Nottingham Forest defence. And we get an effort from miles and miles out there from James Garner, who went miles and miles wide. Let me know if you're watching on Sky Sports if you want a time sync as we get a close-up of David Marshall, who is watching from the stands in the second half after not covering himself in glory for the goal. Should have saved that. And then going off injured, sadly for him. .47:35 on the clock. Forest just delaying this restart. They add up after a while, don't they? Throwing goes in. It's flicked on by Murray. Cleared by Buchanan. Cafu to Worrell. And it's Ribeiro coming over the halfway line from the left back position. Waghorn's got in there to make the tackle. Throwing quite high up the pitch. I wonder whether they'll bring Krissy on now and throw this into the box. Because you can't see Forest committing too many forward in this second half. And Is this an opening? Doesn't look like it. Ribeiro's going to take the throw in short, contrary to what I projected. Kravinovic plays into midfield. Here's Figueiredo. That's good play by Kazim Richards, just wins the tackle. And yeah, Derby have won the ball back well there. Forest almost looked uncomfortable there, having Derby on the back foot. It was almost like, no, this isn't the game plan. Here's Bird. Bird plays that out to Burn. And back again between the two of them. And Bird goes into central midfield. Clark, Wisdom, and this is the pattern that Derby fans won't want to see, with the mid-low block all positioned and Wisdom and Clark not quite knowing what to do with the ball. Maybe that's where Jason Knight needs to drop in from 10 a bit shorter and stop them getting outnumbered there by, you can see Kravinovic and Knockout. Here comes the press. Oh, Clark lost it. Oh, my goodness. They need to go long a couple of times, play over the top of him, play off Kazim Richards a couple of times, move it up the pitch, but nearly let Forest in there, Knockout on the press. Shinny plays that one inside. Wisdom to Bird, nice little one around the corner from Bird, back to Burn, and back to Bird. This is better from Derby. Bird carries it forward, good ball again. Here's Knight. Knight into the box. Knight looking for Yoshvat. Couldn't quite make the pass there. And now here come Forest on transition. Poor touch by Knockout, but he's still got it on the right wing. He comes inside on that left foot. Good ball out to Cafu. He lets it run for Kravinovic. Kravinovic left. Ribeiro ahead of him. Here's Ribeiro. Crosses in. Good header clear by Wisdom. Garner tries to follow up. He wins the header. Buchanan gets it clear. And now can Derby do anything on transition? No. Garner commits the foul on Knight. Useful foul that by Garner. I think he knows what he's doing. And it was before the counter-attack that was about to happen had started. So he's going to avoid the yellow card. It kind of didn't look as bad as it was, but it really stopped a potential counter there. Worrell brings that one down. And Forest have possession again. Ribeiro goes all the way back into Samba, who's going to go long with that one, looking for Glenn Murray. Wisdom wins the header. Kravinovic just takes it off Bird, and it's going to be a throw-in to a Derby. Cafu heads that one on, and Bird knocks it back into Matt Clark. Forest pressing a bit more eagerly at the start of this half. You'd imagine 37-year-old Glenn Murray doing pressing isn't going to last much longer than the 65th minute. But is Lyle Taylor or Lewis Graben on the bench? I'm sure. Nice little back heel by Waghorn. Here comes Knight. Cafu back gets a touch on it. Waghorn tries to help it on, but Forest get it clear. Poor touch by Freeman. And Burn wins it back. Here's Bird. Bird into Shinny. And back to Bird. That's a poor ball by Bird. Giving it away. Yoshviak came short for it and he fizzed it in with too much on it. A long one through looking for Freeman. Wisdom heads it away. And Forest looking very stubborn opponents here for Derby. And this is a point where I bring up the Derby substitutes and we figure out what can Wayne Rooney do here. Patrick Roberts is a wide player. Louis Sibley could play as a number 10. Lee Gregory could go two up front, go a bit more direct. I'll have to plead the fifth on Baningime. I haven't seen enough of him. Otherwise, those would be sort of, you would think, the best options. And Kazim Richards gets in and he rolls it across the face of goal, and it's not far wide. Quick free kick there from Wisdom, fed through to Knight. It's a good effort by Kazim Richards. He catches them by surprise. Touch. It's really good strike, actually, just past the far post by Colin Kazim Richards. The best opening for Derby in the second half. Can't wait to get back in the stands, says Bits. You, me, and all of us. Is that my dogs downstairs or is that the dog outside? I think Shaylee's back. Here's Kravinovic. That's a good point, Liam. Yeah, he could go to back three, couldn't he? Try and force the width down the side. Yeah, good point. Could even go to back 3 and 2 up top as well, couldn't he? Here is Samba. Plays that one long. Buchanan, who does so well in the air, heads it away. Christie getting forward. Knockout now. And Christie in good space. Good crossing position now. Christie fires it across. Good goalkeeping by Roos. Freeman had made the run from left to right there. And Roos just tipped it away from him. Knockout does well. Oh, it's a brilliant bit of skill, actually. Excellent from Knockout. Completely mugs Graham Shinnie off. Then the unnecessary no eyes pass, which you love to see, sets Christie down the line. And Roos just got there ahead of Luke Freeman arriving in. Now Glenn Murray's chasing him behind. Wisdom does well. And here is Matt Clark to Buchanan at left back. Oh, lovely touch by Bird there. Suckers Freeman in. Plays it to Shinnie. Shinnie to Buchanan. They've gone into the centre-backs again. And that's probably the best way. Clark just goes diagonal straight into Kazim Richards to get them up the pitch. Joe Worrell, I can lip read. I'll paraphrase and remove the swear words. How is that a foul, ref? I'll give you. Kazim Richards agrees with me. He holds his thumb up to Matt Clark. I understand Rooney's probably got his philosophy, but Forrest looks stubborn and, you know, some balls into the front or some balls into the channel to just turn them round and push them back a little bit might be the one short term in this game. Free kick to Derby. Burn knocks that short. Shinnie tries to put in, looked like a rehearsed one. Not well executed. Wisdom back to Joshviak. Joshviak to Wisdom again. To be fair to Wisdom, who's not in there as a passer, Clark is. I think Wisdom's playing out the back has been quite decent. He at least is able to go into midfield and sort of fizz it in. Gregory or Sibley to stretch the Forest defence in place of either Joshviak or Waghorn. Could work. Time check, time sync. Right, 57 minutes. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1 for 57. You want to sync up. 3, 2, 1, sync. That's 57. So if you're ahead of me or behind me, either pause me or pause Sky Sports or Now TV, wherever you are. Okay, free kick, Derby. Shinnie puts it in left-footed. Big push by Clark, but he wins the header. On the back post is Knight, who heads it over the top. Waghorn was there as well. I thought there was a bit of a shove in the first instance by Clark on Garner. Yeah, it's a foul in there, isn't there? But he wins the header. Referee Langford gives nothing. It's a really good header across. And I think Knight might take that off Waghorn's head there. And heads it over the top. Still, Derby 0, Forest 1. Wayne Rooney is stood there, presumably contemplating what he needs to do to get a Derby equaliser in this game. It's going to be a change. We've had lots of good suggestions in the chat. Can he pep it up front? Can he change shape? we will see what he comes up with. Alex, evening just got here. Was Rooster forced substitution? Yes, he was. So what happened, Alex, was David Marshall conceded a pretty rubbishy goal, which he should have saved, and then he complained of a back injury about 5 minutes afterwards, and Roos came on. So obviously, conspiracy theory head. Was he injured and couldn't get down to the first to the goal? Nice ball through the lines by Shinny there to Yoshviak. Good play by Knockout. That's excellent. Does his running, does his tackle in and plays it into Cafu. Good stuff from Knockout there. Down the left come Forrest with Freeman. Freeman crosses it in. It's gone all the way to Knockout. Can he get it on that left foot? Buchanan shows him the right foot. Knockout still got it, and he's going to win a corner. Good job by Lee Buchanan there, because we all know what Knockout wants to do in that situation. He wants to touch it, feign right, go left, and hit the shot with the left foot across the keeper. But Buchanan did not let him do that, like he's done many, many times in his career. Corner for Forest. Indirectly, their goal was from a corner, wasn't it? But it was the second phase. Referee Langford is chuntering away about something or other. Here comes Knockout with the corner. Left-footed in-swinger from the right. Knockout takes, headed out by Kazim Richards. Kravinovic back to Knockout. Knockout 1v1 with Burn. Knockout goes down. That didn't look like a foul. Burn lets it go out and gives Knockout a look. Knockout in turn gives the linesman a look. I didn't see a foul there, to be honest. I think we call that a coming together. I think Knockout's standing foot does make contact with Burn, but there's no foul in there, I don't think. Here's Knockout again. Oh, lovely skill by Knockout. Brilliant back heel. Christie crosses it in. Decent ball. Headed goalwards by Garner again. And Knockout's playing really well now down the right-hand side for Forest. Beautiful bit of skill here. Whoop, there you go. Lovely stuff there. Just holds Buchanan off, drags it in, drags it back heels it down the line. Christie crosses. Garner is the man to header it. You wanted it to be Glenn Murray, didn't you? Or, I don't know, a Matt Holland type running in from central midfield. Yeah, we should probably remove the half-time off the brackets. Although that banner is correct, obviously, that it was 1-0 at half-time. But it's just not half-time anymore. Pedantry is alive and well in both directions. On the Benjamin Bloom Football Watch Along tonight, please hit the like button if you're in the stream already. Here is Shinny, central midfield. Does well to keep that. Gives it to Burn on the right. Buchanan is over on the right-hand side. What's he doing there? They're probably a man short at left back here, Derby, if Forest can counter, but Derby have still got it. Clark. Wisdom. Bird. Clark forward from centre-back. And Wisdom again. And we've got this similar issue that we've had for a lot of the game of Derby knocking it around. But much ado about nothing. And again, it goes into the front. Waghorn knocks it off. And it's a throw-in now for Derby. Right. Sibley and Gregory are getting instructions from Shay Given here. So Sibley and Gregory are going to be coming on for Derby. I suspect it might be both the wide players who'll go, as Chris mentioned, in Yoshviak and Waghorn. If Forest win, they go up to 12th. Yes. Everyone else has got to play tomorrow, though, as well. But, yeah, they're moving in the right direction for sure. Forest have the luxury of Taylor Amiobi, Sal and Lolly on the bench. Indeed. Derby passing slow against an organised Forest. Shaley is lovely. Thank you, Leeds 21. It's not just the number of points, but the teams. I totally agree, Chris. Totally agree with you on that one. Come on, Forest, says Blurkle. Crossed in for Kazim Richards. Worrell gets there ahead of him. The two big guys there. Good battle. Actually, a couple of good battles in this one. I've enjoyed Freeman and Burn, and I've enjoyed Worrell and Kazim Richards. Both been good fun. Here's Murray. Knockout. Knockout's been good in the second half, hasn't he? Nice little clip ball out to him. Knockout, chest, 2 kick-ups. Knockout is showing off now. 2 kick-ups, a flick over the head. Referee Langford didn't give a foul. That one did look like a foul, actually, I have to say. But Knockout looks like he's in one of those moods now where he's going to do a trick every time he gets the ball. So Yoshviak off for Sibley. And Shinny off for Gregory. Interesting. We'll have a look in a sec. So Waghorn stays on. So they've got Waghorn, Kazim Richards and Gregory on the pitch. Could be a proper 4-3-3 with actually 3 strikers in it. We'll have a look at the team shape in a sec. Sibley's, so Bird is sitting. Gregory. We'll figure that one out. They're defending at the moment. His Knockout. Oh, lovely ball by Knockout again. I'm really enjoying Knockout's second half here. Kravinovic out to Freeman. Good football this. Freeman hits the shot right-footed just wide of the post. Good football by Forrest. Maybe Rooney derangement syndrome. Odd how silent he is on the touchline. I can explain that. If you've ever been to a derby game behind closed doors, which I have, Liam Rossini literally does all the instructing. Even when Koku was there, that was the same thing. So not all managers have to be screaming and shouting, as long as someone's doing that from the bench. And that guy is clearly Rossini, who you could probably hear from here. Corner for Derby. Forest. In it goes and headed up in the air and out by Buchanan. There's a foul. I think Murray fouled Clark, did he? Pass. I think he was picking him up there. This is the sort of game Derby missed Bielik in. I think, shame, isn't it? I think Derby missed Bielik in most of the games. Don't get suckered into the Rooney derangement syndrome here. Yes, shape. So it looks like Bird sat in front of the back 4 with Sibley and Knight ahead of him. Although Knight's just come short to get that one. And I'm guessing up top that Kazim Richards will be central and Waghorn and Gregory are playing off him either side. So attacking stuff. Remember Graham Taylor's Wolves with Steve Bull, Ewan Roberts, and who was the other one up top? Don Goodman up top. Imagine those 3 coming over the hill at you. Brilliant. So this should open up now for both sides, you would think. Here is Clark. Knockout takes it off Knight. I would suggest Knockout's been the best player on the pitch for about the last 10 minutes. Here's Krissy back into Knockout. Lovely first touch. Ball to Murray. Murray on the right wing wins the throw in. Right, everybody. Let's try and do this gently. Here's Shaylee in the chat, who I'm not going to accidentally block. How's the match, darling? Yeah, pretty good. Like a chess match, Shaylee. Not too many attacks, but tactically quite fun. Sort of nerdy stuff. You like goals, don't you? But yes, you're very welcome, Shaylee, and I won't accidentally put you in the fake news sin bin this time. By the way, at that Derby behind closed doors match, Rooney wasn't a big talker on the pitch either, so don't expect him to all of a sudden become a big talker as a manager. Here is Burn. Burn clips it in. Samba does well there. Kazim Richards up challenging him. Samba's acting chops are down there. Big grimace on his face as he goes down. Bumped by Kazim Richards, but there's no foul in there. Good catch by the keeper, though. 68-19 on the clock. Derby 0, Forest 1. Kazim Richards chests it down, and he's surely fouled Garner there, hasn't he? No. Referee Langford either doesn't see or lets that one go. Both hands around him there. Wisdom, heavy touch now. Kravinovic. He's tried to play in Murray. Ooh, Murray just got blindside of Clark there. And it looked like Forest were going to get a bit lucky because the ball deflects and it's going in behind, but Clark still manages to intercept. Here comes Sibley now. Sibley driving from the 10 position. Oh, he tries to play through Kazim Richards, but they weren't quite on the same wavelength there. That was like the first time in the entire game that Derby turned Forest around. It was just, I think it's Gregory just holding the ball up and Sibley runs past him. They had a run on him there, and yeah, that's not the service that Kazim Richards wants, is it? He's not quite quick enough to run onto that. Right, here comes Lyle Taylor. So I assume that Glenn Murray is coming off just before the 70th minute. So that'll be a straight swap. The most furthest forward Forest player, Glenn Murray, is going to be replaced by Lyle Taylor here. Big smile by Taylor. And on he comes. That'll freshen it up the top for Forest. I mean, it's hardly like Forest have been pressing the hell out of them, but here we go. Clark on halfway. Taylor does close him down, and Clark sidesteps him. Plays it to Wisdom. Forest press looking good. Still fairly energetic. Waghorn comes short. Plays it back to Burn. That's an appalling comment, Marco. Not reading that out. Here is Wisdom to Burn. Burn to Bird. Waghorn 50-50. Kravinovic. Garner, excuse me, wanted that way more. Now here's Taylor in the 10 position. Taylor, nice switch of play out wide to Freeman. Freeman against Burn. Step over. Freeman crosses. It's going to go all the way over to Knockhart. Knockhart versus Buchanan. Knockhart half volleys that straight up the line to Christie. Christie back to Knockhart. Knockhart tries to cross it early. Good defending by Lee Buchanan. Is Graben injured? I don't know. Can any of Forest fans? He is not on the bench. I'm sure our Forest fans will let me know. Chris, a blind man in a coal bunker could see more than referee Langford. James, need Derby to get a draw for my... Oh, it's not your accumulator for the whole weekend, is it? Come on, James. You're not going under after the first game on a Friday night, are you? Deary me. Not good. Corner to Forest, which Knockhart is going to take. Thank you, Skull. Yeah, Graben injured. (71:52) on the clock. Forest lead 1-0. Knockhart corner, left-footed. In it goes, deep, far post. Worrell heads it down. It's cleared out from the 6-yard box by Bird. If there'd been a Forest player, a fox in the box there, Worrell looks really dangerous on these set plays. It was him who headed it down for the goal, didn't he? Or was it Clark who got something on that? They both swung the foot out at the same time. Look how good Worrell is in the air there. It's Bird who clears it, and that's against Buchanan, who's really good in the air as well. He's well above him there. Kravinovic. Waghorn wins it back, and Derby play out of defence. Forest have had more of the ball since the Derby substitution. Bit more space now for Forest to work in. Remember, they've taken Shinnie out of the double pivot, haven't they? And you've got a combination of Knight, Bird and Sibley in the midfield now. Little bit less robust, let's just say, than Shinnie in there. There's the diagonal from Worrell. Buchanan wins that against Knockhart. Here's Knockhart again. Plays that down the line. Good ball again by Knockhart. Good tackle by Sibley. Throw in. Excuse me. Throw in for Forest. And Pat Roberts is going to come on. He's just getting some instructions from Shay Given on the iPad, presumably showing him following Bits Bets. Tremendous. Bits Bets will be back. Get it back. Get it back on the show. There's Knockout again, who just overcooks that. Although I have enjoyed Knockout's second half. Oh, crazy ball out of defence here now. Freeman hits the shot. Oh, silly ball out of defence there from Derby, and it was turned over quickly. Knockout overdid it, trying to take on 3 players at once there. And it's Lee Buchanan plays it across the box, and Lyle Taylor wins it back. Freeman on that good left foot of his from the angle. That's not far over either, is it? Ooh, Lee Buchanan would have got a telling off if they'd scored from that. But the lead is still on. We're going to get another winger on now. Waghorn off and Roberts on. Tough game for Waghorn tonight. Didn't really work out for him, did it? 74:30 on the clock. Pat Roberts has managed to have a foul given himself against him before he's touched the ball in this game. He's just come on as a sub. He shakes his head. So Roberts has gone to the right, and it looks like we now have a 4-4 F-2 from Derby. Sibley's gone to the left and Roberts to the right, with Gregory and Kazim Richards up top. Bird and Knight in central midfield. Forest would think they could get about that as a midfield 2 for sure. Buchanan clears that down the line, flicked on, but headed away by Figueiredo. Ooh, high foot there by Kravinovic, surely. And referee Langford did see that one, ladies and gentlemen. 4-4-2, what's that? We used to have that back in the day, hey? It'll come back. Tactical trends are always cyclical, aren't they? By the way, follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. Hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. All of the plugs, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. And join us for the Saturday Super Stream tomorrow at 1:30. Kelleroos, goal kick, slips as he takes it. Sorry, it wasn't a goal kick, it was a free kick. Headed away, but Byrne is going to scoop that one up. And here is Wisdom in the right centre-back spot into the centre circle. He plays it to Knight around the corner. That's not just a blind ball knocked forward by Knight, not his best. And here comes Ribeiro away with it. A good slide tackle by Nathan Byrne down the right. 76 gone. And this is typical Chris Hughton. At the moment, Derby are not going to win this game. In fact, they're going to lose this game and they'll think, have we lost that? What happened? Where did we go wrong? But just keep it tight, take the chance, and boof, away you go. We haven't looked at the numbers yet. I was too busy waffling about Ipswich at half-time. Where are we at with this? 57-43 in Derby's favour on the possession. 9 shots to 8, but 4 shots to 1 on target for Forest. 1 big chance to 0. I assume that's Jason Knight's chance. And Forest lead 1-0. BB is the best watch along on YouTube. Is that humble opinion or honest opinion? Thank you. Unbelievable. Monaco play 4-4-2, doing well in the French. Yeah, I'm sure Sean Dyche and Burnley would tell you all about a 4-4-2. Ooh, Knockout nearly gets on the end of that from Kravinovic. It's been far more open since that double sub from Derby when Gregory and Sibley came on. Need 100 likes, lads. Play the game. Hit like. Do it. Go on. Figueiredo wins that. Joe Worrell with a have it clearance. Just boots it down the ground. Wisdom wins that off Taylor, and it's back into Roos in goal. Here is Clark. Clark's going to go long, looking for Kazim Richards. Backs into Worrell. Worrell's done well again there. Kazim Richards won the first part with the physicality, but then Worrell won the second part and actually took the ball. It's going to be a free kick to Derby. Burn is down. Ben. Because that's not a name where if I read it quickly, I say something ridiculous. Premier League predictions are already up. Went up on Thursday. This is absolutely embarrassing. Can't string 2 passes together, says Lewis. Yeah. Is Steve McLaren signed up for Derby for next season? I don't know, actually, Chris. I know it was going to be decided when the takeover happened. The takeover hasn't happened yet. 4-4-2 simply think more managers in the lower leagues would use it. The issue now is with bits, though, is that there's so many teams have 3 guys in that central midfield area that managers just aren't prepared to give up the extra man in midfield. They're too scared to go with the 4-4-2 for that reason a lot. Am I doing Wycombe Norwich? No, I think we will. That's on Sunday, isn't it? Midday. So that will likely be my last bit of work on Sunday. So, yeah, you get streams every day. You love to see it. Nathan Byrne is going to take this free kick. Forrester trying to get the defensive line just outside the box. Kazim Richards runs into the centre. Clark is on the back post. And we all fall down and Forrest get it clear. Taylor, I thought Taylor was favourite to win that, but Bird takes it off him. Clark. Oh, turnover here. Oh, and Garner, I think he slipped over because he was past Andre Wisdom there, but couldn't quite keep his footing. And they would have been in behind. It would have been a long way to run, but Forest were in behind there. It's going to be a throw-in for Derby. Nathan Byrne is going to take it. How's Garner getting on loan? Asks Essan. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Yeah, decent. Better for Forest than for Watford, for sure. Oh, nice cross by Byrne outside of the right foot, swinging in from the right-hand side. Headed back in by Buchanan. Sibley knocks it off. Gregory hits the shot. Well blocked, though. A Forest shirt throws himself at that one. Taylor has gone down. He's furious. Referee Langford gives it the old get up, which, yeah, probably isn't necessary, but long diagonal there from Clark. And Garner, nice header there to Kravinovic. Kravinovic beats Clark, who dives in. Kravinovic knocks it the other side of Wisdom, and Wisdom fouls him. The old George Ware trick, that one. Beautiful stuff. Yellow card for Wisdom. Excellent play by Phil Kravinovic there. Took on Clark. And, yeah, it's a clear foul by Wisdom. The arm goes across. He knows he's not getting that. Nick. I'd love us to sign Garner on a permanent deal. You've got to pay that Man United premium. Very Masonic aesthetic going in the coat. You look like the Doppler effect in that wonderful shirt. That's tremendous. Hey, I'm not feeling too sweaty. It's not too hot up here, so I might even be able to wear it tomorrow. That's lovely, isn't it? Just wanted to say, hope you're having a good watch along. I lost a family member. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Jay, I'm on DM if you need me, Jay, on Instagram or Twitter, and obviously my best wishes to you. Luke Freeman is coming off, a front left player, and Tyler Blackett is coming on, who's a left back. So I'd be interested to see where Houghton's going to put him. He might even stick him in the same position, and we get double left backs in this game. Free kick goes in. Figueiredo heads it goalwards and loopy header, but Roos makes the catch. That's a good question. Which team has a better chance of surviving, Wycombe or Sheffield United? Pass. Neither of them have got very good chances, but I can't tell you who's got the better chance. Sheffield United have got better players, but they're in a harder league, obviously. For the record, they'll probably both go down, won't they? If Houghton gets backed in the summer, I think he'll take Forest up. Who's that in the picture there, Adrian? Newcastle player. Is that a Nigerian dude who used to play up front for Newcastle? Gregory tries to pop that through for Kazim Richards. Half clear. Kazim Richards hits the shot. What a strike by Kazim Richards. It's 1-1. And out of nowhere, Derby get the equaliser. It's a big finish by Kazim Richards on the half volley from outside the box. It bounces back and he drills it in on the half volley. And Derby have an equaliser. Forest had given very, very little away in this game that very, very often ends in a draw. We are level at 83 here. Gregory plays it forward. Figueiredo tries to clear it. Oh, it's a great strike. Figueiredo tries to clear it. He hits it straight at Kazim Richards. That's where he gets a bit of luck. I'm sure we're going to get cries because it hits Kazim Richards' knee and then his hand and comes back down and then goes into the goal. It's a great strike by Kazim Richards. The big pedant in me says earlier in the season in the Premier League, that would have been disallowed for when VAR was disallowing anything that touched anybody's hand at any point leading up to a goal. But this is the Championship and there's no VAR and they relaxed that law change. It's a great strike by Kazim Richards into the far corner and it is 1-1. Woo! Now then, take a bow. Lovely goal. 1-1. Obafemi Martins, that's his name. The Coca-Cola Kid. Tremendous. Boom. Boom. What a strike. What a strike. What a strike. Yes, earlier in the season, VAR would have given handball for that. But Derby deserved that, really, do they? Who would have bet on that late concession party piece classic from Forest? It's a tremendous strike, isn't it? Do you remember earlier in the season, though, where the handball law had been tweaked to say that deliberate or not deliberate, if a goal then occurs, it has to be handball. So that would have been fun in the Premier League earlier in the season, that one. But hey, it's not the Premier League, and that law or the interpretation of that law was looked at. Crossed in, looking for Knockout. Knockout heads towards goal, and it goes wide of the post. It's crossed in from the left by Tyler Blackett. No, it wasn't. Blackett played Ribeiro in. I think Ruth has got that one covered all the way. Yeah, he seems to pull his hands away at the last minute, which intimated he was less worried about that one. 86 gone. Derby 1, Forest 1. Kazim Richards with the equaliser, firing in the half volley there from the edge of the box. Clark boots that one forward. Oh, nice hold up from Gregory. He's played Roberts in. Roberts, edge of the box. Roberts, Gregory! Oh, hits it on the volley, right footed. He pulls his shirt over his face. He's made a difference, actually, Gregory. They can play into him. And he's holding it up. And he did for the goal, didn't he? Lovely ball around the corner there. He just doesn't hit that cleanly, does he, on the volley? Decent chance, that. Decent. To be fair, Worrell's putting plenty of pressure on him. Not far wide. And Derby pushing on here. Late in the game, looking the more likely the last few minutes. Certainly since the equaliser. Cafu. Cafu goes home. And now Worrell's played it to Taylor. Taylor's in the box. Taylor crosses in. Good ball. Kravinovic. Good header, and it's blocked. Oh, that looked like it had a good line on it, that header. Just blocked goalwards. Good end to this game here. Exciting stuff. Here's Roberts on the right wing. Waits for Burn to overlap. Here comes Burn. Roberts holds on to it. Roberts uses Burn now in the end. Burn versus Ribeiro. Blackett there to double up. The Blackett sub presumably to stop Roberts and Burn down that right-hand side. Here is Wisdom. Wisdom to Burn. Bird. Oh, Bird tries to clip that through for Gregory. Kravinovic now. Nice little one around the corner from Kravinovic. Just suckered Bird in there. And here comes Cafu now with Blackett ahead of him. Blackett up the left wing. Crosses in low and Wisdom makes the clearance. Good counter. Woo! Exciting stuff, this one. No wonder they signed Colin Kazim-Richards to another year. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Tremendous. My word. I was about to go to bed. There you go. Oh, I wanted to have a look at this Kravinovic header. To be fair, I don't think there's enough power on the header for it to carry in, but the line on it was good, and it's a chance, isn't it? Corner for Forest, 88-48 on the clock. Forest have a point at the moment. A goal would pretty much guarantee 3 this late in the game, and it comes from Kravinovic. Garner was there on the near post. Gregory, strong, brings it away. Good play by Gregory. Tried to slide it through, and he's won the free kick as well. He's making a difference. I'm just going to see the goal again here. Kazim-Richards. Lovely finish, that. What's he doing? Pew, pew, pew. He's even making the noises with his mouth. Dearie me. Long one forward. Headed away by Clark. Cafu tries to play Ribeiro in up the line. Doesn't complete the pass. And Burn has it, and we are 8 seconds away from the end of normal time. Kazim-Richards. Roberts tries to feed through Gregory there. Just look a bit more direct now and a bit more dangerous, don't they, Derby? Garner. Cafu tries to play it over the top, looking for Knockout. Knockout's influence on the game has just dropped off completely. He was... really the key protagonist, wasn't he, for a while? It's quietened down since the game's been kind of moving in Derby's favour a bit more. Ribeiro forward. Roberts takes it off him fairly. Ribeiro goes down, and here comes Roberts away. We've got 4 minutes of stoppage time. We are 37 seconds in to the minimum 4-minute stoppage time. Worrell has been penalised for a foul against Gregory, and... going to be a free kick to Derby, and I'd stick this one in the box if I were them. Over on the right-hand side. That's very kind, Jay. Raise it to Ben and his commitment to us. There we go. I'll drink to all of you lot. So, free kick to Derby. Enjoying your commentary whilst watching the game. Thank you, Whale Shark. Better than TalkSport in here, and don't say that would be hard. Bottle of Peroni. Oh, that sounds good. I'm teetotal tonight, guys. Right, free kick. There's a group of 3 players at the back post. So this is going to the back post. Kazim-Richards has now moved into the middle. Clark and Buchanan are still on the back post. So you'd think that's where this one's going, unless all 3 of them are a decoy. In it goes to the back post, predictably. Clark wins the header. Kazim-Richards. Oh, it was a difficult chance. He's got to kind of swing his right foot over across at that. He does make a decent enough contact. Good header by Clark. I mean, it would have been a hell of a finish to get it in like that, but he puts it over the bar, and it's a goal kick to Forest. 92. No, sorry, it's a corner. I beg your pardon, it's a corner. Burn with the corner. And his corners have been good. 92-15 on the clock. Buchanan's there, Clark's there. Look out for Kazim-Richards. Look out for Wisdom. He scored a very late one from a set play against Wickham, didn't he? Burn puts it in. Samba's going to catch that. Easy peasy. And he tries to throw it out, and he does indeed throw it out to Kravinovic. Kravinovic, oh, there was a ball straight down the middle to Knockout. There's a foul being given, I think, against Kravinovic. Equaliser was out of nowhere. Man of the match, Garner. Yeah, get your ideas for man of the match in. We have a minute left of the minimum stoppage time. For those of you who are moaning that Rooney's too quiet, he's now chuntering away. He can't win, poor old Rooney. The old Rooney derangement syndrome alive and well. Right. The free kick for Forest is just inside their own half. Samba plays it to Krissy, and this is going in the box. Big one forward, looking for Worrell as expected. Oh, lovely flick by Worrell. Blackett crosses it in, headed out by Wisdom. Knockout, edge of the box. Knockout shot. He was the guy you wanted it to fall to, but blocked by Max Bird. Has Pat Roberts kept that in? No, he hasn't. Throw into Forest. I wonder if they'll take a long throw in. There's only 20 seconds left of minimum stoppage time. I don't think they're going to risk it. I think Forest are taking a draw here. Thrown down the line to Lyle Taylor. Surely there's a foul there, was there? By Burn on Taylor. Not given. Taylor not happy with that one. 3 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. Sibley and Figueiredo gets the ball away. Roberts comes forward again, and referee Langford has his whistle to his mouth. And it's full time. 1-1, and the Brian Clough derby is once again a draw, as it has been for the majority of the last few games, I think. I know Forest had a couple of wins at the City Ground, didn't they? But the draw in the end. In the first half, Derby probably should have taken the lead. Jason Knight puts an easy one over the top of the bar. Poor goal conceded for Derby, where set play gets recycled. James Garner hits the shot, left-footed low. Marshall lets it go through his hands into the net. He then goes off injured into the second half. Fairly tight, all looking like it's going to play out in Chris Hughton's favour. Knockout, I thought, had a really good 10 minutes, and Forest were looking good. Double substitution by Rooney, goes quite brave, completely unfurls his midfield and ends up with 3 strikers on. And just a bit of direct play. Kazim Richards closes down the clearance and half volleys in a beaut of a strike, Kazim Richards, and it flies into the corner. 1-1 in the end. A tight game for sure. Let's have a look at the numbers that tell us 13 shots apiece, 44-56 on the possession, 5 corners to 3, 1 big chance each. We're getting into a draw wasn't an unreasonable projection of what happened in this game. There's the league table. Forest move on to 40, Derby on to 38, and no bragging rights. Another draw in this game. Let's have a look at your comments before we get off. Fair result, all things considered. Told you, Ben, we can't hold results out. Did you? Krissy was excellent. Marcus, as a Forest fan, we would have taken a point before the game. Still on the up, both sides on the up. What else have we got in here? Man of the chat. Nice. You guys can vote for that. Christian Kravinovic voted there for man of the match. Fair result. Forest goal was an absolute shocker. And there we have it. And on we go with our weekend of Championship football. Let me just tell you what's happening tomorrow in the Saturday Super Stream. We have the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Can you still see what I've got up there? No, you can't. There we go. So tomorrow we will be live at 1:30 on the Saturday Super Stream. We'll catch the second half of Bournemouth-Watford. And then at 3 p.m, Barnsley-Millwall, Birmingham Rangers, Blackburn-Cov, Brentford-Stoke, Luton Wednesday, Borough-Cardiff, Preston-Huddersfield, Rotherham-Reading, Swans-Bristol, Bristol City, excuse me. And then if anything big transpires in the dearly departed Classico at 5:30, we'll review Aston Villa Leeds after that's happened. I need some kind of a break. There is a Premier League game. I think it's West Brom and Brighton, which is a dearly departed one, which we'll cover at 3 p.m. as well. And then we will likely be here on Sunday for a watch-along of Wycombe versus Norwich. Top versus bottom should be an interesting one. I think both of them are safe from relegation. Yeah. No issues, I think, for those guys. Cheers, everybody in the chat. This is one cool show. Thank you, Al. Nice. Is mid-table really good enough for these two giants? No, not really. But both managerial changes and both these managers will be judged next season. Not this one. Both trended in the right direction. It was in the watch-along. Derby 1, Forest 1. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you to Charlie, who's our fan sponsor for the watch-alongs. 30 years of Loyal Royal. Here's to many more. I will see you all tomorrow for the Saturday Super Stream. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea, eat some mini eggs, and talk to the dogs. Going to be a lovely rest of the evening, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the super chatters as well, and it's a big over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I'll be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.